Welcome to Hop on Calls, a short, tactical, and practical podcast for outbound sales professionals looking to level up their game by learning from actual cold calls that I make every week live on LinkedIn. My name is Kevin Hopp, and I'm all about helping outbound sales professionals hone their craft and build high-quality pipeline. Let's dive right in and see what we can learn in this episode. Boom, rock and roll, baby, and we are live. Donnie, how you doing today? Everybody welcome to Hop on Calls. Everybody welcome Donnie.
Hey, what's going on, brother? I'm stoked to hang out with you, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm in Atlanta right now doing a bunch of keynote speeches, and it's just fun to get to do live cold calls with a bunch of people to prove you can do it on the road, do it from anywhere. I'm usually in my studio doing all this, so this will be fun.
I am excited for it. Quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is, as always, Kixi, your all-in-one business telephony solution. During today's live broadcast, I'm going to be using Kixi's Power Dialer to make sure that we have lots of conversations and make lots and lots of phone calls. If you guys have not checked out Kixi, if you're not using technology in your B2B outbound process, I don't know what you're doing. Happy to have a conversation with anybody about that. But with no further ado, Donnie, let's talk a little bit of shop here. So what I really am excited for today is you don't work in B2B tech, right? So correct. 90% of the people that I work with and 99% of the people that have come on this show are in B2B tech. But when I put it out to LinkedIn, I said, hey, who do you know out there that is the best on the phones? You got recommended by like 2 or 3 people. So I'm really excited to have you here and to have you share your method. Donnie, what do you do and who are you going to be calling on today?
Yeah, for sure. So I run 3 companies. One of them is the fastest growing networking organization on the planet, where I bring business owners together, form these peer mastermind type groups and help them grow their businesses through introductions and getting them to the right connections. We run a Champions Table Mastermind where we teach small business owners how to grow and scale their business. And then the third company is I'll say it, just LinkedIn, they don't like this word, but it's the Badass Business Summit. So we have a business summit we do every year in Fort Worth, Texas, where people come in from all over North America and we teach how to grow and scale businesses.
Okay.
And then I'll be calling today. When I do live cold calls, I call business coaches and consultants because usually they're desperate for business. And so when the phone rings, they answer. So it's the fastest way to get into a lot of fun conversations because it's really cool when people can hear the interactions and the dialogues.
That's right. And what are you calling for in particular today? What do you?
So I'll call and talk to them about the networking groups. And for me, cold calling is a very fun activity, mainly due to the fact that as long as you stay human, they'll have a conversation with you. There's an unwritten law that says, salespeople, we're allowed to be rude, crude, nasty to them and the likes. So I just try and get to a human to human conversation as fast as possible. And the more you can show that they're just another dude on the phone having a conversation, the more they lean into the conversation. And they'll have a lot of fun too. You won't hear them on your end, but we'll be laughing, making fun of things, and we'll just have a all-around fun conversation. But we're going to talk to them about actually starting one of our networking groups in their area.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's going to be really cool. What's a little bit different about my process is I'm going to be reaching out to B2B tech founders today. I have a list of early stage company founders. What I do is, and I'm going to be calling on behalf of my own business, which is Hop Consulting Group. I help B2B tech companies build process and structure around cold calling because a lot of tech companies say, hey, it's 2022. Cold calling's dead. We just need LinkedIn automation and email automation and boom, there's your go-to-market, right? Why do we need to call people? Well, process structure and technology, it becomes an actual very scalable, very affordable way to have conversations with people. So that's my whole shtick.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And the only thing that I ever need to cold call is a phone and a city, and then I'll take care of everything from there. So give me, I don't care what city, just name any city in the U.S. and that's who I'll be going after.
Like city or how about like Chicago, Illinois?
Chicago works.
Chicago?
We'll go with
Yeah,
Chicago. So
it's
just kind of
new.
walk people through my process. Only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Chicago Chamber of Commerce. And the reason I use the Chamber of Commerce is because they always have an up-to-date directory. And they will traditionally give you a first name and last name of the person and a direct phone number to them. So it's a very proactive way to get to the right connections. I'll go to the directory, I'll type in coach or consultant, and then I'll just go straight down the line and talk to all these people.
Love that. So while you're looking that up and you're looking there, I'm going to go ahead and hit go on my side. Oh, hey, this is Kevin with Hopp Consulting Group. How you doing today?
With whom?
Yeah, Ben. My name's Kevin. I actually run my own company. It's called Hopp Consulting Group. I know I'm calling you out of the blue here. Did I catch you with a minute to have a quick conversation?
Sure. I mean, if you're offering consulting services, we really aren't in need right now.
Right on. I get that. If you were looking for something like that, you probably would have called me, huh? Exactly. Ben, question for you. You know, I work with a lot of B2B tech companies to help them establish a strong culture inside of their sales organization around calling, doing things a lot like this. Do you have a team that makes outbound calls today?
Yeah, we're all set. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Have a good one. Thank you.
All right. And he hung up on me. Interesting. So he started out with the good old-fashioned, his name is Ben. He was the CEO. He started out with the good old-fashioned, if you're selling anything, we're good.
Yeah, I love that.
If you're selling anything, we're good.
You know, people are so funny that
that's not available to everybody.
They don't know most times what they're passing up.
Yeah, he was not interested in hearing about literally anything that I could have offered, which is, you know, it's a really challenging thing to overcome, and I'll be honest, because anytime someone identifies you're a salesperson and basically tells you right away that they're not open-minded in any way, shape, or form to hear what you have to say, it's going to be like one in probably 100 that you're going to turn that around to being a positive conversation, because they've already just decided in your head, salesperson, I'm not talking to you, right?
So, you know, I find for me that when somebody says they're not interested in anything, and like this blanket statement, that my response is all the time, I'm like, good, because I won't do business with anybody that I don't understand their business properly. So let's agree that I'm not selling anything, you're not buying anything. Can we still have a conversation about what my company does? And if you're not interested, go ahead and tell me. And what I've just found over the years is the more that you are bluntly honest up front, not rude, but bluntly honest, they will often lean in.
Yeah. I got Ben to listen to my pitch a little bit there, and then he just ended it with he hit me with well, we're all set. Thanks for the call, and hung up before I could say a word edgewise. So, shoot, it happens,
right? And that's part of the struggle sometimes. But
are you ringing? Let's go.
Yeah, it's Donnie Boivin. My name, company, ring a bell at all? That's okay. I wasn't really sure. I thought it would. So that makes this a cold call. Is it okay if I tell you why I'm calling, or do you want to go ahead and hang up the phone? Okay, that's all right. I can tell you cool. So I'm the CEO of Success Champion Networking. We run the world's fastest growing networking organization on the planet. Is networking anything you're doing currently involved in, something you wish you could do more of or find better avenues of? You love networking. Okay. What kind of networking are you currently doing? And that's working for you? You want it to be better. What's not working? Not getting enough business, enough leads, business. And if it was a perfect world, what would be perfect for you in networking? A shit ton of business. I get that. That's the way I feel as well, right? For sure. Is it okay if I tell you a little bit about our organization, how we work, how we function? And if it's not something you're interested in, you totally can tell me all about that. Cool. So we literally changed how the world networks. We run different styles of meetings. It's more of a mastermind, peer group strategy. We only bring business owners together. They meet on a weekly basis. It's all virtual, low cost per month to be a part of that. Access to the entire US. You're in. I haven't even said anything. But it sounds like something you're already interested in. Okay. All right. So let's do this. How about I invite you out to one of our meetings? You can see how it goes. And if you're still interested, then we'll talk about you actually joining a champ. Okay, cool. What email address do I send the information stuff to? Okay. And then how do I follow up with you? Perfect. I'm going to send that stuff over right now, and we'll show you a couple of different meetings you can hop in on, and you're okay following up with me afterward in case you'll absolutely follow up. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Allison. If you need anything, please holler back at me. All right. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye. Well, that was
fun. Winner, chicken dinner out the
right?
gate.
Right? That's not unusual. You don't usually get it that fun and that easy, that quick. So, but that was fun.
So what do we call that? Was that a meeting set, or was that like a
yeah, no, that's a meeting set. So we will freaking get her into, we've got a new chapter actually starting in Chicago. So I'll get her hooked up with Jeff, who's the president of that chapter, and make sure she's all locked and loaded. She's already in. She was looking for new networking. So that worked really well for me.
Look.
Love that.
Look, you can't find the people that are looking unless you go ask them if they're looking.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a rarity that somebody is proactively looking for, whatever you got.
Yeah. There's a concept that I'm sure you've seen before that I talked to a lot of B2B companies about, right? And it's the Chet Holmes, the sales trainer. He built the buyer's pyramid. Right.
Yeah, his wife Amanda is running it all now.
I do believe so. Yeah, he passed from cancer. But the buyer's pyramid talks about how in any like B2B market, really only about 1 to 3% have the business problems and are looking for solutions for them right now. So a really good way to get this is any sort of outbound. And the fact of the matter is you can use email. You can use LinkedIn, you can use phone. And if someone's like looking like, hey, I sell phone systems and your phone is broken, yeah, okay, I'm looking for a phone system. Boing, right? Yep. She's looking for networking. That's an initiative for her. The best way to grab that is outbound. You can also, really good marketing is going to dip. It's going to not only get this, but it should be able to get some of this, right? The next tier below the top 1 to 3% is going to be people that have the problems, aren't currently looking for a solution, right? If you have the problem, really good marketing is going to get your attention and pull you in. That's the idea. With outbound sales, I always argue that you can get all the way to the, about 70+% of your market you can go get with outbound sales, because you can educate people on the potential business problems, educate them on potential solutions. But there's always going to be people that simply don't have the problem and therefore they're not looking for a solution, right?
For sure.
And it's about 1 in 3 conversations you have. It's 30%. It's the biggest piece of the triangle. So that's why resiliency is really, really key part of outbound.
Yeah, I've got another way I look at it as well, and I like that a lot, is I got the 20-60-20 rule. And so what that means is 20% of people are never going to do business with you. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they're just never going to do business with you. 20% of the people are instantly going to say yes. They've been looking for it. They're excited, just kind of like that call I was on, right? This is right up their alley, and they're ready to rock and roll. Sales happens in that 60% that doesn't know about you, doesn't know if they need your product and service. That's when sales happens. So you're only really selling to that 60%. You just got to have the conversation to find out if you're dealing with that 60% of the population. So it's a fascinating way to look at it.
Yeah. So it's 20% will do business with you right away. 20% know that they don't and they will never.
Yep.
And then 60% is that middle ground where they need education. They need the conversation,
Yep.
right? In order to get to the point where they could even consider a sale.
Yep. So if you break it down in thirds, it's that kind of that 60% that, they're the ones that they may not have even heard of your product and service. And that, that it's an offer. Those are the people that you're actually selling to. So every conversation, you got a 1 in 3 shot of hitting that 60% when you got to sell. You've also got a 1 in 3 shot of hitting that 20% that can say yes.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. And I think, like I was mentioning, the problem is when you talk to the people that are for sure not in market, it discourages people, right?
Yes.
They end up saying, oh, well, this doesn't work, right? Because the first 3 people I talked to today said that they weren't interested. I got to find something new. I got to do something different here. If you had to choose, would you say that sales is a numbers game or sales is not a numbers game? If I asked you to put your hat in one ring.
I think prospecting is a sales game. I think sales itself is not. And here's the difference. Prospecting, it's going to be volume, right? It's a lot of calls, a lot of interactions, and a lot of things. I think sales is actually the most boring profession on the planet, or it should be. And here's why. Every sales conversation should basically be the same damn conversation over and over again, because I don't care what you sell. People only have like 5 to 8 problems that, your product or service can freaking solve. And once you have enough of the sales conversations, you should know the ebb and flow of that meeting, all the way through it. And so you should never find yourself in a situation where you don't know the next move or the next statement or the next question to ask, because you found yourself in that situation a billion times before. And what most salespeople won't do is they won't get themselves into enough conversations to learn that sales flow, that sales conversation. So they get caught on a regular basis dumping or verbally puking all over people because they're nervous, and they finally are sitting in front of somebody, and because their pipeline sucks.
Yep.
That every conversation matters, and so everything that comes off as desperation. So prospecting is a numbers game, sales is not.
And that's all we got for today's episode of Hop on Calls, powered by Kixie. Be sure to tune into the live recordings every Tuesday on LinkedIn. Would love to have your comments, reactions, questions. It's a really good learning environment for anyone that is looking to do outbound sales better. If your organization is actively focusing on this, feel free to reach out to me, Kevin Hopp, on LinkedIn, or go to hopconsultinggroup.com. I'll see you next time. Cheers.